If your week feels unpredictable, your planning system needs to be flexible, not flawless. In this episode, we're going to talk about how to create that flexibility so you can roll with whatever the week brings you. Welcome to Ditch the Chaos, a snackable podcast for busy women who are done with burnout, rigid routines, and productivity guilt. You'll get clear, actionable strategies to reclaim your time and energy without planners, pressure, or one-size-fits-all systems. I'm Cara Chace, entrepreneur since 2015, mom of two, wife to one, and I am unapologetically caffeinated. Let's break this down. Building a weekly planning habit sounds simple, but it really isn't. I bet you've tried planners, apps, maybe even color-coded calendars, but nothing seems to last when real life throws you curveballs. Sick kids, meetings run over, or the rare chance to just take a day off. And suddenly that perfect plan is toast. The real problem is most weekly planning methods are built on three traps: overcomplicated systems, unrealistic expectations, and zero flexibility. So let's start with overcomplication. Planning should simplify your life, not turn it into a part-time job. I fell into this with bullet journaling years ago. And don't get me wrong, I loved the creativity, but before long, I was spending hours drawing layouts instead of running my business. And that's not productivity. That's procrastination dressed up as productivity. Next, we have our unrealistic expectations. Most systems assume you have predictable days and uninterrupted focus blocks. If you're listening to this podcast, I know that's not your reality. When a habit feels too complicated to stick with, it's not because you lack discipline. It's because the system was not designed for your real life. And finally, the big one, inflexibility. The moment life interrupts, a rigid plan falls apart. And that's when you start telling yourself you're bad at planning, or you're just not good at it, or you must be missing something. You're not. The plan is bad. Flexibility is the actual secret to consistency. So let me give you a real life example. A couple of weeks ago, I sat down on Friday afternoon to do my planning. Side note, I love to plan the week ahead on Fridays because it lets me truly relax over the weekend. I had planned on batching all of my blog posts for the following month on Monday, but on Sunday, I ended up being in bed most of the day with stomach issues and a fever. TMI, I know. I knew that Monday I was going to need to recuperate. And just like that, my planned Monday, and likely more plans for the week, were out the window. This same scenario happens in so many different ways. Your kid is the one sick, or your internet goes down, or it's the one sunny day of the week and you want to get outside and play. Whatever it is, you need a way to reassess and regroup quickly. And here's what made the difference that week after I was sick. Instead of spiraling, I looked at my list and asked, what's the next most important thing to do? I knew I still needed to blog. I decided instead of 4 new blogs that I'd do 2 new ones and update 2 old ones. I shifted one client task to later in the week. I canceled my non-essential meetings and just left the rest alone. That 5-minute regroup and reset kept me moving forward without having to toss the entire week out the window or beating myself up for not sticking to the perfect plan. And that's the whole point. Life is going to blow up. A sustainable planning habit doesn't stop the chaos. It helps you pivot without losing your sanity. So what does a sustainable weekly planning system really need? It's built on 5 elements. Number 1, start small and simple. A 5-minute reflection and brain dump can be way more effective than some 2-hour bullet journal ritual. Less is more when you're building a habit. Start small and simple. Second, choose tools that actually work for you. I personally love using a paper notebook for my brain dumps, and then I put it into Notion to organize everything. If your planner is too pretty to write in or too clunky to have with you, it's probably going to be pretty useless. Third, set clear and achievable goals. 3 to 5 per week, not 3 to 5 per day, per week, across your work and life. So drinking more water can be just as important as finish the client project. This is about whole life planning so you can show up in the best way not just for work. Fourth, build flexibility in from the start. White space isn't something that you hope you have at the end of the day. And it's not lazy, it's strategic. When interruptions happen, you pause and ask yourself, what's the next most important thing? That one question and building in flexibility will help you shift things around in your calendar without throwing it all out the window or replanning everything. And finally, number 5, review and reflect. End the week with a quick check-in. What worked? What didn't? What threw me off? What felt easy? These aren't emotional judgments, they're data points. And over time, you'll see patterns that help you adjust before burnout hits. And here's the piece that most productivity advice skips: self-care. Your energy is the foundation of any routine or simple habit. If your plan burns you out, you're not going to keep doing it. Build in those resets. Take short walks. Align work intensity with your natural energy and rhythms throughout the day. Again, it's not a weakness, it's strategic. And at the end of the day, your weekly planning habit isn't about performance. You're not going to get a gold star. It's a supportive ritual. If you miss a week, oh well, no guilt. Just pick it back up when you're ready. A sustainable habit is one that you return to again and again, not one that you execute perfectly. Here's your reset and reclaim action step for the week. During your next weekly planning session, cut your list in half. Yes, half. Only choose 3 to 5 priorities for the whole week across your whole life. Make them achievable, break them down into smaller steps. Then build in at least one block of white space to absorb the curveballs. So here's what I want you to remember. Weekly planning isn't about discipline, it's about design. Overcomplication, unrealistic expectations, and rigidity are why your plans collapse. Keep it simple. Use tools that work for your brain and your life. Build in flexibility and protect your energy. The goal is not a flawless schedule. It's a system you'll return to easily week after week. Thanks for tuning in. Do you want me to answer one of your real-life productivity questions on the show? Something like, what's the best way to plan when every week looks different? Head on over to carachase.com/insider or use the link in the show notes, sign up for free, and send me your question via email. Until next time, I'm Cara Chace, reminding you to keep questioning the rules and making your own.